Hey everybody, and thanks for watching Woodcrest Bonsai. Today I'm going to work on this Portulacaria Jade. It is in the parent and child style, where one tree is dominant and another one is subordinate. But right now the subordinate tree is being overcome with this branch from the dominant tree. So I'm going to remove this branch here and bring the child tree back up to where it has a little bit more visual weight. I also do not like this branch right here. And if you notice, this branch is actually coming straight out at you, and then I just bent it around. But we've got this branch right here, which if I do it like that, you can see it's in virtually exactly the same place, but it has much more ramification. And I have this wired, so I'm going to take the wire off of that and then just remove the whole branch and then bring this one in its place. And then for the rest of the top of the tree, it's probably just needs a haircut. So the first thing I'm going to do is this wire is really not anchored that much, so we're just going to do it like that. And we're going to cut the whole limb off, wire and all. Oh, that already makes it look so much better. Then I can probably take the wire that I've got, that I just took off of that branch. I'm straightening it out now. And wire this branch. I'm going to wrap it around the back branch to anchor it. And usually when I'm wiring a branch, I try not to bend it too much during the wiring process. Then I can bend it once it's all wired. But sometimes you do end up bending the branch as you're wiring too, which is usually not that big of a deal. If you're doing real drastic bends, now Portulacaria is a very succulent plant, so it bends pretty easily. But woody plants, if you're trying to do a pretty heavy-duty bend, then I like to have my thumbs where I'm doing the bend so that I can feel how much stress is on that part of the branch, and so that it doesn't snap. You can feel it snapping before it actually does. So that is just so much nicer already. And then I'm going to take this whole branch off here too, whole thing, and give the child a little bit more visual weight. I'm going to really reduce this to this. Now this is what they might call an eye-poking branch, but it's high enough up on the tree where it's not that big of a deal. It could possibly just come off completely, but for now I'm going to keep it. But now that I've shortened it even more, now we can really get a look at the child. And we've got this strange growth on the child, which is it's like, do I save that? It almost looks like it's almost severed. What I'm looking at with the child is to bring this up as the apex, like here. So I don't think I really need that crazy growth. So I could bring this up as the apex, like this. And, shorten this tremendously, have it come back a little bit. I think I may do that because I can take this branch and replace this one with it. Normally your parent needs to have space where the child can grow, and you don't want that many branches going back against the parent, even in the child, but you need to have some. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this branch off entirely too and work with the smaller stuff. And I'm going to wire most of that up. Get a little bit thicker piece to wire the main trunk. Okay, so just wire it up into there. And bring it a little forward too. And then I'm planning on, even though this is also coming almost straight out at us, I'm going to bring this as the first main branch. I'm going to bring this one back. And then I think I'm going to take this guy as the apex and bring this one and this one, so it would be like that. So get some wire and start doing that. This is an example of where you're probably going to be able to wire two branches at once. So I usually put the wire in between. Bring it up into this one. And then bring it to here. This one. And put him into place. And it really needs to be cut back, probably even into here at some point. But for now, I'm just going to leave it. Let it set into place, and then I can cut it. Same with this one. And I want to wire. I want to wire the apex. And that's going to probably need even thinner wire. Bonsai wire is measured in millimeters, so the thinnest wire is 1 millimeter, which is this stuff right here. Really, really thin. And then I think it goes by 0.5 millimeters. So it's 1, then 1.5, then 2, then 2.5, then 3, and maybe 3.5, and then it goes to like 4, 5, 6. In fact, this one still has the tag on there, and I don't know if you can see it, but it's 4. This is pretty heavy duty stuff. Certainly nothing that we're going to be using today on this tree has no need for wire that heavy duty. So we're going to take the apex and bring it up into there. I'm going to take this guy in the back and this guy over here. So let's do the apex first. smaller the branches, the more, I don't know what you'd call it, tender, the more tender you need to be. And then I can use the same wire to do the other two, pretty much the way I did these two. I can do the same thing here. I'm going to wire it through like that. I know I've got this excess right here, but okay, so bring it like that, and then wire this guy. And then wire this one. Try to keep my wire tight enough to bend the branch, but not, you don't want to grind it in there. Okay, then this guy is going to come out here, and this guy is going to come down like that. So how is that looking? Oh, yeah, very nice. And yeah, these guys need to be shortened. Actually, probably everything needs to be shortened. So the child should be closer to be something like this. But for now, let the branches set. Then once they've set, then I can cut everything back in the spring. And now the rest of the tree, which is just barely in the frame, has a very nice canopy, a lot of branching, a lot of structure, but it certainly needs to be reined in. So that's just a matter of trimming off most of the growing tips. So where does this one come from? That one comes from there, so I think I can chop it way back. And then this one is actually part of the back branch. And I like the pot that it's in. I think the pot and the tree are in good proportions. Oh, I forgot one. Probably need something in here like that, but not to mess with the child part. I think I want to bring the child part even more forward. Actually, I think I'm just going to shorten that. This tree is beginning to get lichen too. This part that I'm going to cut off is loaded with lichen. If you see there, that green. Okay. So there we go. Well, there's the medevac helicopter. Going to pull somebody out of a car wreck. Usually, at least. Yeah. As the crow flies, I live just a few blocks from the hospital. To get to the hospital, you have to drive west and then south and then east, because you can't get there from here. But when that helicopter takes off, it usually comes right over my house. Okay, I don't like this one sticking out too far. You see what I mean? Got a really nice canopy, and this one is sticking out too far. So even though when I cut it, it's now going to have no leaves at all. Actually, I want to go even more. There. Very nice. It's got pretty decent nabari. It's not perfect because you see some of these roots here are moving this way, and you would really, in a perfect world, you want this root to be coming straight down to here. But at this point, I'm not going to worry about that. I really do like, I'm going to spin it around and make sure that I've cut the ends. Yeah, okay, oh, there's one that I didn't cut of the child part. So the future of this tree is to just maintain the canopy, and once these branches are set, give them a pretty good cutback into here, and then have the child be denser and fuller with smaller limbs, but with more ramification and not so much legginess as we see right now. So that's looking pretty good. So thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please give me a big thumbs up. If you're curious how this thing is going to develop, please subscribe and hit the notification bell, and you'll be able to watch this guy as he continues on his journey. I think once the child is cut back and it's not so leggy, I think that will create a whole different look for the whole vision of the tree. So I'm very glad that I took this off, because that was just encroaching. I was looking at this tree and I was thinking of just making this into like the first main branch, but I didn't like that. So I'm pretty happy with the result. So please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, leave a comment if you'd like. And thank you so much for watching. And I will see you in the next video.